Okay, it is time for some more multiplication, so please have your recording sheet out, ready to record some definitions and practice your homework. Product. Product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So, for your example, you could write a problem where you have an example, you circle the product, which is the answer to a multiplication problem, like 5 times 2, and you can circle the product. For a non-example, you can think of something that is not an example for that. Factor. Factor is one of two or more numbers that are multiplied together to get a product. So here is the factor. So you could do 6 times 3 equals 18. This is your product. These are your factors. So think of your own examples and non-examples, and I'm going to move on. Okay, so let's talk about how to do 3-digit and 4-digit by 1-digit multiplication. So 7 times 6. Let's look at that. 7 times 6 I know is 42. So I'm going to write down the 2 and I'm going to carry the 4. Then I'm going to do ones place times the tens place, kind of like 2-digit by 1-digit. So 6 times 2 is 12, and 12 plus 4 is going to be 16. I'm still going to write down the 6, and then I'm going to carry the 1 over to the hundreds place. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1 is 19. So my answer is 1,962. Let's do that again. I'm going to do ones times the ones, so 3 times 3 is 9. I do not have anything to carry, so I'm going to go ones times the tens. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to write down the 2, and I do have a 1 to carry. Ones times the hundreds is 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 1 is 16. I don't have anything else to carry to, so I just stop and I write the whole number down. Let's go to 4 digits now. So 9 times 4 is 36, and I'm going to carry the 3. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 4, 5, 6, 7. I have nothing to carry, so I write down the 7, and I keep going with the hundreds place. So it's 4 times 7 is going to be 28. I'm going to write down the 8, and I'm going to carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So my answer is 14,876. Now I'm going to go over here and do it again. Ones times ones, that's going to be 48. Carry the 4. 8 times 7 is going to be 56. And then I am going to add 4. So that's going to be 60. So I'm going to write down the 0 and carry the 6. 8 times 1 is 8. And 8 plus 6 is going to be 14. So I'm going to write down the 4 and carry the 1. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 1 is going to be 17. And there's my answer. So watch this as many times as you need to, but I'm going to move on. Let's talk about partial products, okay? So we've done this a little bit, but now we have 2-digit by 2-digit. So I'm going to break down 30 into 30 and 8. I'm going to break down 27 into 20 and 7. So over here, I'm going to write 30 and 8. Up here, I'm going to write 20 and 7 because I broke those numbers down. First, I'm going to do this side times this side. So 30 times 20, well, that's going to be 6. 3 times 2 is 6, and then I have 2 zeros, so I'm going to place those at the end. So that makes 600. Then I'm going to do 30 times this number, 7, and it's going to go in the box. So that's going to be 3 times 7 is 21, and put a 0 on the end. That's 210. Then I'm going to go 8 times 20. So 8 times 2 is 16, and then put a 0 on the end. Then my last step is going to be 8 times 7. So 8 times 7 is going to be 56. So then I'm going to put a 56 right here in this box. Now I have to add up my boxes. So I'm going to do 600 times 210. 600 times 210. That's going to be 0, 1, 6, 7, 8. That's 810. I'm going to do 160 plus 56. So that's going to be 6, 11, carry the 1. That's 216. Then I'm going to take these two and add them together. 810 plus 216. That's going to be 1,026. So that's my answer, 1,026. 26. Okay, let's try that again. 54. I'm going to break 54 down into 50 and 4. I'm going to break 42 down into 40 and 2. So 50 times 40. Well, 5 times 4 is going to be 20. And then there's 2 zeros, a 0 here and a 0 here. I'm going to place these 2 zeros on the end. Now I'm going to do 5 times 2. Well, that's pretty easy because that's going to be 100 or 10 and then put a 0 on the end. So 50 times 2 is 100. 4 times 40, that's going to be 160. And 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to do 2,000 plus the 100. That's going to give me 2,100. 160 plus the 8 is going to give me 168. Okay, now I'm going to take my 2,100 plus my 168, and that's going to give me 2,268, and that's my answer for this one. Okay, let's move on. 63, so I'm going to break this down into 60, and the 3 goes right here, the 70, and the 5. Now, clearly this box is bigger because this box is going to have a giant number. So I have to do 60 times 70. 6 times 7 is 42. There's a 0 here and a 0 here, so I place them on the end. This is going to be somewhat of a big number. So 60 times 5, so that's going to be 300. This is going to be a bigger number in this box too, which is going to be 210. And then this box is smaller, so it's going to be a small number because 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, now I'm going to do 4,200 plus 300. That's going to give me 4,500. I'm going to take my 210 plus 15. That's going to give me 225. 4,500 plus 225. It's going to be 4,725, and that's my answer to this problem, 4,725. Now, let's look at the last example. I have 80 and 9, because I broke 89 into 80 and 9, and 10 and 4, because I broke 14 into 10 and 4. So 80 times 10, that's going to be an 8, and then place 2 zeros at the end, so that's 800. 80 times 4 is going to go in this box, so that's going to be 8 times 4 is 32, and put a 0 on the end, that's 320. This is a big box too, so 9 times 10 is 90. And then this is a small box, so I'm going to go 9 times 4 is going to be 36. And then I just take my boxes and I add them up. 800 plus 320, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 1,120. 90 plus 36 is going to be 126. Then I'm going to add up my two numbers. 1,020 plus 126 is 1,246. Okay, so if you have any questions, please watch this video multiple times and don't hesitate to contact your teachers. Have an awesome evening.